Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be talking about the movie Ex Machina. Is it worth buying on 4K? But first, I've got two unboxings for you from America. So I've just received a package today from Christopher Soto. Now he said he was going to he got in touch with me and said he would like to send me something. Now I received this really big, huge, heavy parcel. Now the thing that struck me here, and I didn't realize this, was that Christopher has actually sent this from New York in America. Ridgewood, Queens, New York, and I'm thinking, wow, if I could go anywhere in the world, I would go to New York. I think it's just such a brilliant place to. There's all these things from movies and everything always sort of centered around New York. Or my favorite sort of early slasher movies in the 80s. They seem to be filmed in New York. So I was blown away when I got this, because I thought, oh wow, I can't believe this is how big this is. And also when I saw it, thinking, where's this from? Because it looks like it's come from a different country because of with the stickers on it. It's actually come from New York. So that's I'm made up with that. That's amazing. So thanks once again, Christopher, for doing this. I will get into this and see what Christopher sent me, and it's heavy. There's a note here. So the note says, to Mondo Chelloveck Movies from Chris Soto. Huge fan of the channel. I'm downsizing my collection a bit and wanted to send you US versions of. I know you might have some of these, so you can trade them for something else. If not, enjoy. Thanks a lot. I mean, these are from America. This is what this letter will go in the package, in the discs as well. So what I've got here is like a block of movies. I'll open them up, not looking at them, and I will then show you what I've got. I'll show you what Chris has sent. Very well packaged, and I mean very well packaged. Are you listening? Zavi, Amazon, all the other ones that seem to be not really caring too much about packaging at times. Okay, so I'm trying not to look at them, you see. So the first one, I'll just take these from the top and go through it. The first one that Chris has sent me is look at this. This is my favorite zombie movie of all time. Zombie, can you believe it? And this is the 4K of Zombie. This movie is sensational. It's absolutely brilliant. I love this movie, as you know. Has it got a reversible art on here? No, it hasn't. And this is such a really amazing, generous thing for Chris to send me. I mean, so I do actually own this one, as you know, but weirdly enough, I'm going to keep this one. I do like the thought of having backup versions. I know it sounds a bit daft, but what happens if, for instance, I got that one out, my one out, and if something happened, it got damaged? I have got a backup one of this, and I don't have to go looking for it. And this movie isn't easy to find, so it's not as if I could just walk in the shop and buy it, because it's not available in the UK. So this will be kept in my collection, thanks Chris, as a backup copy for Zombie. And what I will do the next time I watch Zombie, I will watch this version. So this is absolutely amazing, and I will put the notes in here. Love this movie. If you haven't seen this movie and you haven't seen this version, this 4K in here is like something you would never see. It's one of the best 4Ks of a horror movie I've ever seen. So that's Zombie. Wow, that's the first one. Next up is The Beyond. I'm going to say The Beyond. Yes, 7 Doors of Death. I'm sure that's Beyond. That's the alternative title. Is this? It looks actually. No, it looked like Blue Underground, like a Blue Underground DVD. Yeah, so that's The Beyond. Thought it was. It's funny because over here it's not called 7 Doors of Death, but I remember that title. And directed by Lucio Fulci. What can you say? Very interested to see this one actually, just to see what it looks like on a different version that I've never actually seen before. It's very funny, widescreen as well. It's very funny when you get these versions of from a different company. I'm very interested to see how they do it. You know, things like the early scene when it's filmed in sepia, and sometimes it's not. It's in black and white or it's in sepia. I'll be interested to see what they've done with that one. Rated R. I like that. Rated R. So that's the 7 Doors of Death or the Beyond. Wow. Next up is, now this is the Blue Underground DVD of Zombie. Now I've had, you get the catalogue in here. These are amazing catalogues. I've used this one before in a video. This is this would probably be the first version of Zombie. Now the funny thing is about Zombie, I did have it on a few different versions, but I haven't got them anymore. Now I don't ever think I had the Blue Underground DVD of this one, and it's got a few extras on here, ones that will be ported into the other one, but I would imagine it's in widescreen because Blue Underground do that. Be interesting to see how this one looks against the 4K, because I don't think I've ever seen the Blu-ray of the DVD of this. I think I had the Blu-ray of it, but I preferred the Arrow Blu-ray of it. But yeah, so that looked nice. I like these old DVDs of really classic movies. And of course, with this being my favourite horror movie of all time, this one will sit nice in the collection. So that's Zombie, or Zombie Flesh Eaters over here. Next is, wading through the bubble wrap. This seems like a box set. So let's have yeah, this is a box set. And the box set is Zombie Pack. This has got, oh wow, this has got Zombie 3, Zombie 4 and Zombie 5. Now, is this from Shriek Show? Wow, now these would have been ones that I would have been after way back in the day when I wanted to get these ones from the US. Here you've got Zombie 3, which I think is a really good movie. It's one of my favourites actually. A lot of people don't like Zombie 3, but I think it's a stellar movie. There you go. So that's I love when I put the chapter list on there. I just love it. You can get some good song titles from there. So obviously Chris is a big fan of Lucio Fulci, and who isn't? So that's Zombie 3. So this is Zombie 2. You all know about the story of this. So this was Zombie 2 in Italy. That's why this was called Zombie 3. It does get very confusing. So that's, I'll put that back in this box, but that's Zombie 3. Zombie 4, After Death. Now this is a really good movie actually, and this has got, these don't really have anything to do with each other, strangely enough. And there's more of these zombie films, but they don't have anything to do with them as well. And you get some things here for some forthcoming attractions from Shriek Show. What Have You Done to Solange, which is a great movie. Zombie 3, The House of Clocks. Jungle Holocaust. That's also known as Ultimo Mondo Cannibal, I believe. Burial Ground. Mint film. And Demonia, which has just come out on Arrow. And there's your chapter list there. That's quite nice, that. And you get some few extras here. Directed by the writer of Zombie 3 and Nightmare City. Who could argue with that? Lovely cover on that one. I've always liked that cover. So that's Zombie 4, After Death. And here's Zombie 5, Killing Birds. Now this, it's funny because you wouldn't class this as a zombie movie. So that's your Zombie 5, otherwise known as Killing Birds. And this is great. I didn't even know these things. I don't even know they exist. But this will look great on the shelves. I've still got some DVDs. I do like to keep the DVDs of movies that I think are quite special in a way. You know, if I got a DVD of a film that was a class as a great film, I'll keep the DVD. I think I've let a lot of DVDs go that I shouldn't have really let go. So this is absolutely brilliant. So look at this. So this, I want to thank Chris once again for thinking of me and sending me over these things. And I'm going to keep them all, actually, if you don't mind, Chris. And this is going to be my backup version, which I will watch. The next time I watch it, I will watch this version. And I want to thank you once again. And obviously sending this all away from New York is just absolutely amazing. I can't wait to tell Deborah, actually, to say I got something from New York, because she's a big fan getting stuff from the US. Well, the thoughts of getting this stuff from the US, and now I can say I've got some. I would imagine these probably would be region 1, which isn't a problem because I've got a multi-region player. But yes, so once again, I mean, look at that. That's very generous, that, Chris, and I just want to thank you for thinking of me and sending me them all the way from New York. So once again, thank you. Cheers, Chris. So I received another package through the door from my good friend Hunter Dean. Now this has come from America as well, so that's 2 things from America I've got in the same week. That's unbelievable. So I'm going to get this opened. Nurse, scissors, thank you. And we'll see what Hunter has sent us. Now Hunter got in touch with me and said he would like to send us something, and I'm so grateful for him to just think about me and send me something here. Now, is anybody watching that show? I'm going to start watching it with the Debs because we like Lord of the Rings. Not so much a fan of The Hobbit, but we're interested to see what this is going to be like. So what Hunter has sent me from the US is yes, Kill Me Again. So on the back of my recent purchase of Red Rock West, try saying that after 10 pints. Hunter got in touch with me and said, have you seen any more of this director's work, John Dahl? And I said, to be honest, I don't know if I have, but I know that this is an absolutely amazing movie that really needs to be seen. If you haven't seen this one, do see it. I don't suggest you pay $17.99 for it because it's a good addition, but the picture quality on it isn't the best of picture qualities. Anyway, so Hunter got in touch with me and said he would like to send me some more of the John Dahl stuff, and he said, have you seen this movie? Now, when he said Kill Me Again, it kind of rang a bell, but I didn't really realise, too much of what it was. But when I'm looking at the back of it there, I'm noticing that it's got, I'm going to say she's called Joanne Wally Kilmer, is that right? Because, yes, she was married to Val Kilmer. I don't think she still is, but she was Joanne Wally, and then she changed to Joanne Wally Kilmer. Now, I do remember those 2 being in a movie, so obviously this is the movie. Now, what Hunter has done, he's sent me the Region 1 Blu-ray of this one. I don't know if this one's got a UK release, so what I'll do is I'll give this a quick shot on my Region 1 player. So just check this out, and I've got to say the picture quality on here is absolutely stunning. This movie's from 1999. It's 95 minutes long, and it's in 1.85. The movie itself is a noir film in the same vein as Red Rock West, and it's released by Olive Films. I've got a few of their movies actually dotted around on the shelves. So yeah, so this movie itself is regionally locked. If it's anything like Red Rock West, it will be absolutely brilliant. Jack Andrews, Val Kilmer, is a down-on-his-luck private investigator. He's looking to score some cash in order to pay off his debt to the local loan shark. Faye Forrester, Joanne Wally Kilmer, is looking to disappear, having just made off with a suitcase full of money stolen from a psychotic boyfriend, Vince, Michael Marsden from Reservoir Dogs, following a robbery gone wrong. Fate will bring Jack and Faye together, and fate may tear them apart. In this modern day noir, Kill Me Again. So thanks once again, Hunter, for sending this to me. This is very generous of you, and I can't wait to watch it. So thanks again. Cheers, Hunter. So just a quick recap on these movies. I just checked them out for a quick comparison. And I've got to say, actually, I was quite blown away by how good the DVD of Zombie was. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. And it just shows you that Blue Underground, for whatever reason, they have a really good way of remastering their stuff. I know they probably do it in-house, and it's all taken care by them. And I just think that they've just done a really good version of this. To be honest, it's one of the best DVDs I've seen. And I thought it might be. But to see this one in this condition, I thought, yeah, they've done a really good job on that. But of course, it's no comparison when you get to the 4K. The 4K here, I mean, this one here was quite good, but you could see a massive decline, or it wasn't there in the colours. The colours was the big kind of wow, and also the sharpness. It just isn't in there because I don't think the DVD has been remastered to that level, and also it just can't show that type of information. Now, fast forward a few years to this one. This is, for me, is the zenith of this movie. I can't imagine this movie ever being topped, and I think that anybody who is after watching Zombie in the best possible way is to get this one. This is by far one of the best, like, all horror films I've seen. And Blue Underground, for some reason, like I say, I don't know how they do it. They can really just pull out these remasters, and you just know you're going to get something truly spectacular. I'm fully on board with Blue Underground, as you know. So I just want to add that one in, that this DVD is really nice. Now, I would imagine, because it's been out a while, if you're just getting DVDs, and this is region free as well, try this one if you wanted to get one. I'm surprised. I would imagine this could be picked up quite easily, quite cheaply as well, because you know, times move on. But I'm pleased to have this in my collection, and also as a comparison, as someone you can say to somebody, look, this is what it looked like, and this is what it looked like now. I think it's great that I could do that if I wanted to. So I want to thank Chris once again for giving me this, and also the other ones. I just really appreciate it, and I'm glad I'm going to be watching this very soon. So thanks, Chris. So know that this movie is finally coming out in the UK on October the 22nd. Now, it's coming out in a really special box set, and also a regular Blu-ray, which I don't think has a slipcover on it. And a lot of people might be thinking, well, I'm going to buy it, but what's it look like on a 4K? Because this obviously is the 4K version. I would imagine the 4K will look exactly the same as this. Now, weirdly enough, this had been released. I didn't really realize this until I watched it last night. It's released by the A24 company. Also, A24 released Midsummer and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and they do not have a UK 4K. Now that makes me think, for some reason, I remember when this came out, I thought, I'll get this on the UK one, I'll just get this for now. And it's just, this was years ago I got this. One of the first ones I got in 4K, because I like the film that much. And I thought, it just didn't appear, and I thought, to be honest, I'd just given up all expectations of it coming over. So for some reason, I don't know why it is, A24, if you think of a movie that you like on A24, apart from The Northman, I think that's come out really, well, obviously very quickly. I think that for whatever reason, they don't seem to come out very quickly, so you might just have to hold off for it, or you could go for the US counterpart. So like I say, me and the Debs watched it last night. This was my second watch, and that was her first watch, and she really enjoyed the movie. She didn't know anything about it, and to be honest, when I saw it, I didn't know anything about it. I obviously knew it was a story about a robot, which I'm very much into. I love robotic stories, if that's a thing, and I will always check them out. Now, this one here, I'm not going to give any sort of spoilers to it, because I think you're best going in without any knowledge. It kind of, the brief story is that this guy here is called upon by his boss to go to this remote location because they are observing this robot, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But the story has got a lot of twists and turns. The special effects of the robot is just is brilliant. It looks really real, and the movie itself is a great movie, and I think it's filmed really spectacular. Some of the scenes where it's filmed, I don't know where it's filmed, it seems a bit like sort of Iceland or something like that, but it's got greenery in it. It's also got snow and rocks and all that type of thing. This location where this house is, if it's real, it's just in the middle of nowhere, and it's absolutely brilliant. They've got to get to this place by a helicopter when you go there, and it looks spectacular in its setting. And also the sound on here, it said it's DTX or DTX Master Audio. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, I don't know if it'll be the same mix, but if it's the same mix, it's absolutely incredible. There's this thumping sort of computer soundtrack keyboard soundtrack going behind the movie, and it's really good. So the soundtrack to this movie and the sound quality is absolutely spectacular. So what does it look like? This looks absolutely spectacular on 4K. It's one of the best ones I've seen. Now, when I watched it originally, it wasn't on my 4K OLED telly. Now it's on my 4K OLED telly. This movie has come to life. The colours seem to be better, and also the black levels are insane on this movie. It's such a clean movie. It's really well filmed. It's really the setting is what it's all about, because it takes place in this remote, like, sort of house. And yeah, everything about it just goes for 4K. The only thing I would say that's probably a little bit soft is the fact that this person's Ava's face looks a bit soft, but I would imagine that's all to do with the fact that she's basically all CGI apart from the face. So yeah, but that's not taking anything away from this movie. Some of the special effects in here are really good. They're kind of jaw-dropping at times, and this movie is one that you need to see. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. A bit like Parasite. You're best off going in blind about it, because you will get a good time in this movie. But if you get the 4K in the UK version, you're going to have a great time with it, because it's one of the best 4K transfers I've seen. And it's a movie that never gets talked about as much that it should do. It should be regarded as a cult classic. So it won Academy Awards for its special effects, and I'm not surprised at all, because the special effects are outstanding. So I can fully recommend this on sound, film, and also the transfer. It just looks spectacular. Now, which one will I be picking up? Because I've got this one. So I don't really need the UK version, do I? Well, I kind of do. The reason is that the 4K on here, for whatever reason, at 58 minutes and 2 seconds, it freezes. It will not go past that. I tried everything when I first got it to go past that. I went online and there is a fault with the disc. Of course, I got it second hand off eBay and I didn't get around to getting it back. So I've got to watch the second half of this movie on Blu-ray. It still looks good, but there's a real big drop for me when I was watching this crystal clear 4K image. It was really just unbelievable, so pristine. And when I went down to the Blu-ray, it did seem to drop quite a bit, especially in the detail. The detail just wasn't there. The colours weren't there as well. Although it was good, don't get us wrong. It's not something you're going to get the Blu-ray and think that's awful. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I could see a very much a noticeable difference for me in the 4K. So that means that the 4K, when you pick it up, you will notice a difference if you're familiar with this movie. So what I'm going to do is, well, I've got two ways of going with this. I can go and wait till the standard version comes down to a very cheap price. I'll get it from CEX for hopefully around about the £5 mark in months to come, and I'll just put the 4K disc in here and I'll just keep it the way it is. I mean, I like this version. If it was good, I wouldn't go for anything else. I wouldn't need to. But I'm sitting on the fence as to whether to get the Zavvi exclusive. I'm not too keen on Zavvi, as you know, and also I'm not a big fan of steelbooks. And it does look a good setup on there. I'm saying it doesn't. It looks a really nice version. I was really tempted to get it and just say, right, this one doesn't work properly. I will get a brand new one. But I'm not too sure which way this is going to go. I might at the time just say, right, I'm going to get that one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that. So to recap, if you're sitting on the fence about this movie and you don't know which way to go, I thoroughly recommend you get the 4K of this because it looks spectacular. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Oh my God, what a fabulous room. Are all these your guitars? My God, this place is bigger than my apartment. That Pink Floyd by the wall, brilliant